Like, and I'm trying to prioritize my sleep more because I'm willing to like miss out on sleep if I have to do other stuff, which is crazy because I love sleep.
Me too.
I love sleep. I
Oh, I
love
love it.
resting.
You know, when I was younger, can I tell you a funny story about
Yeah.
me? So, when I started kindergarten, I believe. So I had left Head Start and I started kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Head Start, we could take naps. Kindergarten, the school I went to, we couldn't take naps no more. But there was this corner in the back of the room. Like when we had our orientation day, the teacher made us take pictures with our parents, and she
Mm-hmm.
put all of the pictures in a photo album, and she put it in the back of the room. So like if you missed your parents during the day, you
Aw,
could like go and like look at a picture of like you and your parent, and like
that's
you
cute.
just sit right there. I used to lie and like fake cry
I'm
so I
screaming.
could go and sleep.
She's like, I'm
I've
taking that here.
always been a sleeper. I'm Nani.
And I'm Ant.
Join us on Law and Order as we unpack the hottest topics, trending lawsuits, and media buzz.
Take a listen as we cut through the noise to reveal fact and what's really going on.
Tune in for sharp insights and a fresh take on today's stories.
Follow us everywhere for your dose of lore.
We back again.
We're back.
The bitch is back.
And the thing is, we've been back.
Yeah.
We were back yesterday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But
second day in a row.
But that camera.
The
Yeah,
camera
I'm looking
died.
At you.
The
It died.
camera-
We had what, 2 hours?
We were yapping
We
for
were really
2
talking.
hours. We were talking for 2 hours, and the camera died 45 minutes
45 minutes in. And maybe, maybe this was a sign. Maybe there were things we said in that last podcast that should not have been shared with the world.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I hope for us one day, and I hope for our platform that we will be able to have a Patreon that we can get an audience so big that people will pay us $5 a month just to hear us talk. And I will upload almost like every cut footage because we have a lot. We yap a lot and I cut a lot.
Yeah. I can't, like, when people do that, I'm just like, I don't know. It feels like predatory or like, dang, I gave you $5. Or like, oh, okay. So don't you know when people on their Instagram have like exclusive content?
Oh, yeah. But I am subscribed to a couple of Patreons and I enjoy it.
I had one for this girl that crochets because she would release her patterns on there.
You know what? Let's actually make an announcement. If you are not watching this right now, or if you are watching this and maybe this is a clip, and you have not watched a full episode of this podcast, of any of our episodes, do not ask me to be on the podcast. I've gotten like, there's been a few people that have asked me to like, oh, can I come on there? Or like, oh, I'm trying to come on there and talk with y'all. Oh, I want to give my hot takes. We're not necessarily a hot takes kind of like, this isn't like a battle of the sexes podcast. And like
who's paying for double, split the rent and all that stuff.
Like I can tell just by the way that people ask to be on here that you've never even watched it. Like, how dare you ask me? Like somebody literally just asked me yesterday.
Really?
I'm trying to come politic with y'all.
And what does that mean?
We don't even be politicking.
Right.
We don't be politicking.
We're trying to stop the spread of misinformation.
And I have not talked to it. Like, I know who he is, but like, I went to school with him. I have not talked. This is as much as we've talked.
Wow. She don't even need to scroll. Like, there's nothing room to scroll.
There's no room to scroll. I have not talked to this man. And like, he left like high school while I was in the 10th grade. So I literally have not seen this man in several years. But I posted a clip of the podcast. I just tagged the podcast in a picture, and he said, I'm trying to come and politic with y'all. Yeah. Was I supposed to say, I would love to have you?
Like the video, too. Like the videos. Y'all, like the videos. Because it'll be these views, and nobody's like the video. I know it's not intuitive to like on Instagram. Do you tell your, like, people to watch it?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I know my husband watches it. Because he'll, like, I don't know when. Maybe when I'm at work because he's work from home. But, like, he was like, yeah, y'all talked about this and this and this. I was like, oh.
Aww.
Oh, okay. You did watch the whole thing.
My boyfriend is, like, he's hyper fixated on, like, sport. So, like, if it's really not about sports, he's not. And I'm not going to force him to watch this. I'm
just wondering if I should say, like, maybe say something to my friends where it's like, have y'all watched this? But then it's like, you know how people are like your friends on your audience?
Yeah.
How you feel about that? I don't really know.
I don't necessarily mind it. I don't
Like
necessarily.
mind that if they don't watch.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mind because
Yeah, I don't think it's personal.
Yeah, I don't really think it's personal. Like I know, like my best friend, like even before we started the podcast. Like I know that she does not listen or watch the podcast. Like
Mm-hmm.
she listens to audiobooks all day, but never
Mm-hmm.
podcasts. Like so, I wouldn't expect her to all of a sudden just start like watching or listening to a podcast just because I'm on it. I think
Yeah.
it would be kind of like inauthentic of her, and I want like an
Yeah,
authentic
yeah.
audience.
Some of my friends actually listen to it and they'll talk to me about it. And I'm like, it makes me feel good because I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
you're interested on your own. Like I didn't
Mhm.
have to like force your hand to the screen and tell you to watch it. So yeah, I don't think I would like be like, oh, like, are you watching it? Are you da da
Yeah.
da? Da? Or even like my family is kind of like,
I know my
maybe
dad
I shouldn't
watches.
watch it. Like maybe I might
Yeah.
be talking about y'all here.
I know my dad watches, and I think he said he has to catch up on a couple episodes, but like
Mm-hmm.
I know he watches it, and I know like he will catch up on the
Yeah.
episode. Like
Yeah, I don't
he'll,
think it's personal.
yeah.
Like,
All right.
all right, so we're back with some case updates.
Mhm.
Second time giving them because we said we recorded this yesterday, but
Mhm.
we're just going to give a run through of some cases that we've talked about in the past and updates or lack thereof. So first, we're going to talk about so first the Dank Demoss case. If y'all remember, that was the woman who is suing Lyft.
Lift.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I keep forgetting. Lyft, because a driver refused to service her after he like pulled up and saw like how
Her
much she weighed,
size.
yeah, her
Yeah.
size. So there haven't been any updates in that case. Not really shocked by that. If there are, we'll update y'all. But based on like the petition and stuff, wouldn't be surprised if it one went nowhere or they settled it.
Yeah.
Cause but then again, remember when we read it and it was
Mhm.
like it was in the
Skeleton.
employment part. Like the weight part was in employment, not in place of public accommodations.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
in that
yeah.
law. So yeah. So that Anthony Edwards, no updates on the any of the things have to do with the petitions and the paternity and all that other stuff. I feel like we were mostly keeping track of that case to like really show y'all how like misinformation is spread because they're
Mhm.
talking about, oh, like he's trying to pay all his child support up front. Mind you, there are no court documents or any reputable source that is actually saying that he did it or even any documents showing that he actually did it. Like somebody just tweeted it and people ran with that.
And can he even afford that? Like, that doesn't sound like a cheap thing to do, especially for someone of his status.
He got hella money.
I mean, he
When that
got
Sprite
hella
promo,
money, but
that athlete money go long.
yeah, but 18 years worth of child support though?
I think he could afford it.
I don't.
I do. Wait, so because I'm like, because I forgot if it actually gave the details for like any child support, like how much would it be a year, and then you got to talk about school. Why if it actually was a case, like that would have been interesting to read because it's like you can't technically, like hypothetically or theoretically, that's what I'm looking for. He could, but you can't. Like he couldn't say, okay, now I don't owe you any money at all
Mhm.
because it wouldn't like you wouldn't be able to create a kind of settlement where there's no like wiggle room because it's like what if she needs more money in the future or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then and all the Tory and Meg stuff happening. Well, first of all, Tory's case is not reopened.
Mhm.
Like he's locked up, threw away the key. Honestly, give him 10 more years.
Yeah.
But his team has been like re-releasing old footage of like her saying that she stepped on glass, like when the police came, and just a whole bunch of old stuff because they were trying to say, she stepped on glass, and now they're trying to say that no, he didn't shoot her, Kelsey shot her, and it's just like they're doing all this yapping on the internet, and there was even Representative Anna Paulina Luna of Florida's 13th district. She's been calling for Tory's freedom. She did that tweet where she was like,
Evidence is gonna
yeah,
be
in 36
dropping.
hours,
Yeah.
evidence is gonna be dropped. And she's been urging California's Governor Gavin Newsom to review to review Tory's shooting case and like pardon him or whatever. And it's just like, girl, why are you involved in this?
Yeah.
It just seems, mind
So
you,
random.
nothing new has been filed in his cases. He has like two habeas corpus petitions, which is essentially like a legal request that's filed to challenge the legality of someone's detention or imprisonment. Nothing has no new things have been filed in those or any like or his appeal or anything like that. So it's literally like they're just screaming. I feel like to sway like the court of public opinion to
Yeah.
like harass her or like stay relevant. What were you saying?
Like all of a sudden now you care about black men and the black man is an immigrant. Now you want them free from jail. Ciao.
Yeah. But Megan's doing good. She has a lot of things going on. She just announced the release of her new anime. She also has like a swimsuit line. I think I want to buy like the red one piece. That one looked cute. But we'll see what I do. But she's getting tired of it. She wrote a
Yeah.
post on TikTok where she was just talking about like him lying. And it's actually still up. Him lying and when is this going to be over and blah blah blah. She was cursing the haters out. So yeah, there's updates in terms of social media, but there aren't actually any
Real
court
updates.
updates. Yeah. So what he's on, don't know. With the DDG and Halle, custody, temporary restraining order, like that whole situation. A video came up of like I guess part of his stream where he was like, I feel like something bad's about to happen, like just being real distraught, whatever, whatever. And if y'all remember, their court case is or their hearing is set for June 6th. So that is
This week.
Yeah, that's Friday. So, mind you, in her petition, she said that she would be bringing the Ring camera footage to court. So this, who knows? Maybe he's just trying to gear his fans up for, some of those videos to come out. And because the thing is, would you even call them fans?
Mm-mm.
Like he just built like
Does he
a
have
cult following.
fans? A lot of these people have built cults. Like
Yeah.
Tory right now has a cult. Like
Mhm.
everything that he has going on, that is for sure a cult.
Like y'all did not care about that man before.
No, I was telling my boyfriend that the other day. I was like, I still to this day never actually hear Tory Lanez music.
Yeah.
Like I know that some people do like him, but like I've never heard his music enough
Yeah.
that you would think that people would defend him like he's a
all these
global
years later
superstar.
too.
Yeah, like
Like
they just really hate Megan Thee Stallion.
that's what it is, to be honest.
It's sick. Speaking of sick and twisted,
very sick, very twisted.
Trigger warning, content warning. We are going to be talking about the Diddy case, week 2 and week 3 of the trial so far. So please be safe, take heed. Just an overall warning. Please be safe. Okay, so last time where we left off, week 1, Dawn Richard, one of the singers in Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, she took the stand and she was questioned by the prosecution. She had her direct examination and they asked her about times or certain instances where she saw Diddy actually abuse Cassie. There was one incident that happened in the kitchen. And she says that after this incident happened, that Diddy took her and Kalina, who is the other person that was there. She's also the other member of Diddy Dirty Money, and took them into like a private room and was like don't like pretty much like don't speak about this, like in a very threatening way. He's like, people get killed for speaking about stuff like this. So week 2 picks up with her direct examination, and the attorneys, I don't think they did a really good job of trying to direct examine her because they were, once again, they're trying to like poke holes in her statement and trying to make it seem like she isn't a credible witness. So they're saying things like look at the statement that you gave them about the incident that you saw. Like you've changed it multiple times. Like what you wrote right here is different from like what you just told us like on the stand. And she's like, I told it the same way, but I'm not the one that wrote the statement because the federal government technically actually wrote the statement down. So she's like,
getting stuff wrong.
Yeah, so she's just like, however they wrote it, it's just however they wrote it.
Yeah.
But like my story is, it stays the same. I saw what I saw. I know what happened. But they were kind of like, but do you know what happened? And it's just kind of like, okay, like give it up at this point.
Yeah.
And then they started questioning her about like, but you kept in touch with Diddy after everything, because she also has a civil lawsuit against him as well.
Uh-huh.
So the defense is really trying to paint a picture with her that, you know, that maybe this is kind of just convenient for her to be against him at this time,
Mm.
because when it was convenient for you, you were like using him. Like when it was convenient for you, like you kind of like turned a blind eye to everything, like you didn't really care about
So are
it.
they trying to
Or
say she's lying?
I think they're just trying
Or
to,
like she's just trying to be
like, an
involved?
opportunist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like she's just trying to
And
go
then
with
she
the
doesn't
crowd.
really know what she's talking about, like, before they're saying, like, "Do you really know what happened?" type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's day one of week two. Day two is Carrie Morgan's testimony. But first, we have Cassie's mother who takes a stand. And I think people were really expecting her to be very emotional, but she wasn't at all. She was kind of just soft spoken and just, the prosecution gave her a direct examination, and it was very quick. And they asked her about like a lot of the instances of abuse, because she didn't know like while it was happening. Like she kind of knew certain things that were going on, but she didn't know like the full extent. But she talks about an incident or like the time where Diddy like requested $20,000 from her
Mhm.
in order to like as blackmail to keep all of the footage of these freak offs like to himself or whatever, to like make sure that they don't come out.
Mhm.
But and she had to take out a loan,
Oh,
or
wow.
like some like an extended loan on like her mortgage or something like that.
Mm.
And but Diddy gave the money back. So he requested the $20,000 and eventually gave it back.
I hope
But
she
he
paid off
was
the loan.
but he was also saying that like, oh, the $20,000 were to like cover her expenses, because like he was paying for her phone, her car, and everything like that. And he was just like, well, you're gonna reimburse me for all of that, and you're also paying me, you know, blackmail
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
So she talks about that, and they don't cross-examine her. So she doesn't get a cross-examination, because I mean,
Interesting.
like, what are you gonna say about that?
Mhm.
And then Carrie Morgan takes a stand. So Carrie Morgan is Cassie's best friend from high school. She met her in high school, and they started modeling around the same time, doing catalogs, and they moved to New York together. So they were like best friends.
Mhm.
And she was honestly Cassie, like one of Cassie's like only like real friends. Everyone else who was a friend of Cassie was a friend of Cassie because of Diddy, and
Mhm.
they
So
were
are
just
you really a friend?
they were just like staff or whatever. They weren't really friends. But
Yeah.
like Carrie was like her like real friend, knew her like before everything happened. But she talks about first of all not even wanting to be there, because she's still not cool with Cassie. Like
Yeah.
they're still not friends to this day. And the prosecution asked her this because they're trying to make it seem like you really don't even want to be here. So like what reason do you have to lie for Cassie if if you're not even friends with her? That's what it seems like, why they were asking her questions like that.
Yeah. It's like
um
I'm not just gonna get up here and say anything for my friend.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah, it's like, girl,
she
we
ain't
not
even my,
friends
yeah.
and I don't even want to be here.
Yeah,
So,
very much, literally very much that. So she talks about a couple instances where she sees, Diddy abuse Cassie. I won't get into the specific situations themselves, but there were two situations where, she saw something happening, and she kind of went to like, comfort her friend. They would kind of like hide from him together. There were two instances where they like hid from him together. There was one where they like kind of were in the neighborhood of like wherever he stays at in, I think, LA.
mm,
And then they were just kind of like hiding out, and then they eventually went back to the house. And then there was another incident in Jamaica where she kind of like ran away from the house for a little bit, and then Carrie went to go and find her, and they kind of just stayed away from the house for like an hour.
mhm.
um so she talked a lot about that. She talked about how Diddy would like blow her phone up if he couldn't get in touch with Cassie,
Mhm.
and how when she did see like instances of abuse, she would try to like get the security to step in, and they would be like, there's nothing we could do about it. um so that kind of goes to the whole like, I think Rico of it all. Like you have the
Mhm.
staff kind of like protecting you. They're not helping the
Right.
situation like at all. But she then talks about kind of like why they fell out in 2018, which when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, this sounds like really, really crazy that she wouldn't. Okay, because in 2018, that's
Mhm.
when Cassie is no longer with Diddy, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, Diddy shows up to Carrie's house and is like, "Who is she cheating on me with?"
Mm.
And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, who, like, what do you mean? And he
Yeah.
chokes her
Oh.
and like hits her head against the like wall. And then while she's trying to like get away from him, he throws a wooden hanger in the back at the back of her head. And then she tries to tell Cassie about it. And she's like, girl, like you're lying, you're milking it for money because she filed a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So Cassie was like, girl, you're milking it for money. But I'm like, the reason why I was like, oh, that's really interesting that like he showed up to Carrie's house being like, who is she cheating on me with? Because I'm like, was Cassie dating the fitness instructor at the time? Because that's how they met.
Mhm.
The man that Cassie is married to now is or was Diddy and Cassie's fitness instructor.
Oh.
So I'm wondering, like,
I
was
don't think I
she?
knew that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, was she actually dating Alex at the time? Because we're gonna get into it later. She did date someone else. Cassie did
Yeah.
also, date other people, like
Yeah.
when like her and Diddy had like moments of like separation. So I'm wondering, like, was it separation? Like, was she actually like cheating or whatever? Because I mean, was this even a real relationship at this
Right,
point? So
right.
like, I wouldn't even call it cheating, but like, he shows up to the house and when they settled the whole thing, they never actually like settled the lawsuit in like court or whatever, but Cassie gives her $30,000 and makes her sign a
Mm.
non-disclosure agreement.
Mhm.
And she knew like this $30,000 came from him. And she just felt like you didn't take my side in that
Yeah.
situation the whole time.
Yeah.
But this is another reason why I said I wonder if she was dating Alex at the time and just wasn't ready to like get out of the situation
Yeah.
yet. Because I'm thinking like, if you know that you're dating somebody right now, like, wouldn't you tell? I think I would be upset, like, as a friend that like you dating somebody else right now and I'm hiding your secret and you're making it seem like I'm milking a situation
Yeah.
and I
It's
didn't
like, and you
out
know how wild he
right,
is.
and I could have outed you in that situation, but like no, I just let your nigga knock me upside the head. I'm probably gonna cut this out. I'll let your nigga knock me upside the head, and all you giving me is $30,000 and making me sign a non-disclosure agreement and tell me I'm milking the situation.
Yeah.
That would piss me off. I wouldn't want to be friends with you even after everything happened. Even after you move on and you wanted to apologize to me, I'd be like, nah, I
Yeah,
can't
that's why
trust you.
and that was in 2018 and that was what? 7?
6, 7? What is it?
It's
2025?
7. It's 7 years
7
ago.
years? Yeah.
Yeah, so and she's still like, I'm not even his girlfriend anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just goes to show like, and that may be a indication of why she like didn't really have any friends if there were people like witnessing the abuse. 'Cause some people are like this is what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
like still kind of stick around, and the others are like, oh, okay, like yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
So because she was able to describe Diddy's control over Cassie's like finances,
Mm-hmm.
her career, her personal freedom. So she was seeing all of that like up close.
Yep.
So yeah.
She got to see it all. She got to see how the assistants were running her and everything like that. So after Carrie Morgan takes the stand, a male escort by the name of the Punisher gets on the stand. And
Sounds like a wrestler's name.
so he got the name in his youth because of like basketball or something like that.
Uh,
And so he gets a direct examination and a cross examination. And the way that the court reporters made it sound was that it was kind of funny almost because, well, outside of like the entire conversation that they were like, of course, having, about a lot of the abuse that he saw,
yeah.
his testimony is very similar to the first male escort that we see. And it's like Cassie is the one that he spoke to, and Diddy was just kind of like just there watching them the entire time.
Yeah.
Um, he said that there were about like 8 to 12 times that he met up with them,
Mm-hmm.
and that one of the last times that they were together, Diddy like threw a bunch of condoms on the bed and was like, "Oh, like I want you all to have like penetrative sex now," and he couldn't get hard. And this is where like the cross examination, like the defense team was, they kind of really leaned into his whole like erectile dysfunction thing because
Mm.
he's writing a book about it, and
Mm.
it's called In Search of the Freezer Meat. And
What?
when they asked him why freezer meat, because he said, "What is harder than freezer meat?" So
I was
everything,
like, get this man out of
so
here.
his testimony gets very unserious.
I mean, I'll do a visual description. In Search of Freezer Me, a story of the male mental health crisis caused by erectile dysfunction and the only true cure no one is talking about, a penis implant. And there is an
Wow.
image of a black man and a black woman. The black woman is sitting down on what appears to be like a black leather-ish couch. And she has thought bubbles that says he must not be into me. She's in just like a bra and underwear. She's thick, very curvy. The guy is like next to her, but he's standing up. And for some reason,
He's in the
there is
refrigerator.
a refrigerator in the same room that there is a couch in. And the floor is like tile and it's black and shiny, but it's a white refrigerator too. I'm like, why'd you choose a white refrigerator? But anyway, in his thought bubble, it says, "Where's my meat?" Question mark, exclamation point. And then it says under the refrigerator, based on a true struggle. In search of free and like, oh, I forgot. He's standing, the freezer is open and he's standing over it just in some black shorts.
Mhm.
And he's like, has his hand on it and he's looking down, sad.
Like
Because
he's
he
not
can't
even.
find it. It's not even, mind you, it's not even that it's just meat missing from the freezer. There's nothing in the freezer.
Yeah. He also is. Yeah, he's not even looking in the freezer.
So he said they did this 8 to 12 times.
A
And
long
on
time.
the
Long time
last
ago.
time he couldn't get hard.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like you found the freezer
But
meat the rest of the
no, no,
time.
no, no. I don't think they ever did.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did penetration. Oh.
So the next day, testimonies continue. We get the testimony from a former assistant, David James. He testifies about getting drugs for Combs and witnessing more physical abuse towards Cassie Ventura. He gets a job at Bad Boy Records or Interscope, what I don't know, whatever their
Yeah.
thing is. But he gets a job from going on the New York Times like job listings. And when he shows up, there are 15 people there in the waiting room. And the like president or like vice president or like head of HR comes out and like points to a picture of Diddy on the wall and was like, "This is Diddy's kingdom and we all work to serve him." And he thought that was kind of like, okay. And then they give them all like this questionnaire to fill out, and he's one of the first to fill out the questionnaire and bring it back. So he's the first to have a one-on-one interview with Diddy. And Diddy only asked him 2 questions, and that was like, how would you comprise a spreadsheet of like all of my preferences? And then the second question being, what would make you a good fit for the role?
Mm.
And his answer to the question I think was kind of cringe because he was like, "Oh, I'm not focused on your accomplishments on the past. You know, I would really focus on like supporting your future and something like that." And he was like, "Can't stop, won't stop."
Yeah, that sounds
Corny.
cringy. Remember when you went to that fake job interview?
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Uh,
One of he also, that same assistant David James, he talks about more instances of abuse that he saw between Combs and Cassie, one being on a private jet. So he gets cross-examined as well, and they're just once again doing that same thing of kind of like poking holes in like
mhm.
the statement and just kind of being like, "Yeah, but are you sure?" or things like that. And they're also asking him about like how he viewed Diddy, and like
Mm.
they're talking about how he was like, bigger than life.
He was a star to him.
So next day, we get to Kid Cudi. Oh man.
Kid Cudi, if you're watching this, I loved Intergalactic.
So sorry what happened to you with Diddy.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, that too.
Rapper Kid Cudi at a certain point of time was dating Cassie, and he gets a call from someone saying that Diddy is at the house. I believe Diddy called him and was like, "I'm at your house," and he was like, "You're at my house." So he gets a call from them. He goes to the house, and when he's finally able to get into the house after Diddy has left, he notices that his car's blown up and that his dog has been locked in a bathroom. And I feel like Kid Cudi is better than anybody else because, like, that's enough to go John Wick on
Yeah,
anybody.
immediately.
You don't fuck with nobody
You really
dogs.
don't.
You don't
I
fuck
can
with
imagine
nobody
somebody did something to my
dog.
dog. Oh my gosh. It'd be
Poor-
over.
So we get Kid Cudi's testimony. He recounts the incident. The incident happened in 2012 where his Porsche was destroyed by a Molotov cocktail. And he believes that it was orchestrated by Combs. An arson investigator corroborated the incident, noting the use of a malt liquor bottle and gasoline as the incendiary device.
Incendiary, I think.
Incendiary device. Thanks.
Yeah.
She's a lawyer. And then we get the start of week 3, which happens on a Tuesday because I didn't know. Well, I knew the court was gonna be closed for Memorial Day, but I didn't know that courts close like the Friday before a federal holiday. Like if a federal holiday is on a Monday, then they close on a Friday.
I don't know if that's like a universal thing.
But I know it happened in this case.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
court concluded on a Thursday, and it didn't pick back up until Tuesday the next week because of Memorial Day. So we start off on May 27th with Capricorn Clark. She is a former assistant and brand director, and she testifies about witnessing Combs' assault and threatening to kill Kid Cudi. Now, Capricorn Clark, she really went through a lot trying to work for Diddy because the first time, her first day on the job, Diddy and wanted his head of security, they take her to a park and they threatened to kill her because she was formerly employed by Def Jam and she used to work with Suge Knight, who is his arch nemesis. So that's her first day on the job.
You would have never saw me again.
Her first day on the job. And then there's another incident that happened where Diddy was about to catch a flight and he handed her like a bunch of jewelry that had like diamonds and stuff in it. And then eventually like the jewelry goes missing. And his security team searched her entire apartment. And then over the span of like 5 days, she had to go to this abandoned building that was completely gutted out. It was actually what would now be like the Bad Boy Records like office building or whatever. So she had to go to that building every day and take a lie detector test in this like abandoned building and where she was being threatened, like her life was being threatened.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like when the cross-examination, like when they finally get to her, they're kind of like, why were you going through all this? And she was just kind of like, I had bills to pay.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I couldn't
And you
work.
would do it too for a check.
She was like, and I couldn't work anywhere else because he wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Like I was a blackball. So I didn't really have a choice. So she talks about another incident where Diddy like got a call that Suge Knight was at a diner in Melrose. So Diddy like called her and was like, "Come on, let's ride." Like on some like she
my
one of the
goodness.
homies. Like,
Yeah.
girl, pick up your strap, let's go. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
what the hell?
Like literally, like what is this little lady supposed to do? Anyway, so they go and ride down on Suge Knight. There's no conclusion on that actual incident.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like they were supposed to go ride down on Suge Knight. And then she talks about some more instances of abuse that she sees between Cassie and Diddy. Like almost everyone who gets up on this stand.
Yeah,
talks
it's
about,
like, yeah, we saw it too. We all saw it.
Yeah. But when the defense attorney finally gets to her cross examination, they're talking about all of like the blackballing that like she experienced, and the defense team is questioning that because they're like, look at this recommendation letter from 2021. Like, he wrote you a recommendation letter, and she's looking at it and she's like, no, this is from 2012. They're like, no, look again, this is from 2021. She's like, no, this is from 2012. This is from a settlement.
So I don't know who's out there, but you may hear, oh my gosh, wait, they brought in a document for her to look at. Isn't that hearsay? Because hearsay is an out of court statement offered to prove the truth of whatever it asserts, um, which is then offered in evidence to prove the truth of the matter. So usually the problem with hearsay and why it's generally like that evidence is inadmissible is because when the person being quoted is not present, it becomes like impossible to establish any kind of credibility. So an out of court statement doesn't just have to be like verbal. It can also be, something that was written down. It could be sign language, and like communication. And it was made out of court. So hearsay is generally inadmissible, especially when it's like specifically the out of court statement has to be brought in to prove the truth of the matter. So some things are like there's hearsay. There are a good amount of exceptions to hearsay where, yeah, this is the out of court statement. We're trying to use it for the truth of the matter, but there are some ways to bring hearsay in. And then there are things that aren't hearsay, which could be some like a statement, out of court statement brought in, but it's not being used to prove the truth of anything. And so in this situation, technically them bringing that document in is hearsay. But there is an exception called the recorded recollection exception. And it's a way to get around hearsay when a witness needs help remembering something. So that's what it sounds like. Why they brought the document to her attention, because they're like, look at it like, do you remember this? And for the recorded recollection exception, several conditions must be met. One, the witness once had firsthand knowledge of the facts recorded, so it couldn't be like something secondhand that they were told or anything like that. She knew about the specific document. Two, the witness now has insufficient recollection to testify fully and accurately about those facts. So she essentially needs to look at that document to remember. Three, the record was made when the information was fresh in the witness's mind. So whatever statement that was, or letter of recommendation, had to be fresh in her mind when it was made. And four, the witness can testify that the recorded statement accurately reflects their knowledge at the time that it was made. So, with the exceptions to hearsay, there are still conditions that have to be met. And apparently in this case, all those conditions were met, which is why they were able to show it to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as we go on, talk about like other cases and stuff like that, whenever hearsay comes up, think to yourself, is there an exception? Is that how they brought this in? Or is this even hearsay?
Yeah, but it's funny that like the statement that they brought in isn't what it seemed to be, because
Yeah, they thought they were going to hit her with some stuff like,
Yeah.
oh, he wrote you a letter of recommendation. You weren't blackballed. And she's like, no, reverse Uno. That
Reverse
came
Uno.
from a freaking settlement from 2012. And so it's just interesting. Like, I wonder like where they got that information. Was the date not on it? Like, because you were asking me, is there a way for them to see like the actual settlement? And because unless it was a situation where it was like you mentioned before, where like Cassie paid her friend out like the $30,000 like outside of court, a settlement would be like filed with the court. So if it is that, they can find that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking, because it sounds like there was a settlement as far as like money, a non-disclosure agreement, and a letter of recommendation, which she wrote, by the way. She says that she actually is the one that wrote it,
Mhm.
and that I guess like she just got him to sign it. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
You don't have to file like contracts, like an NDA.
mhm.
You don't have to do that. It would just be something that comes up later if you broke it. But yeah, so from what it sounded like, it may have been maybe her use of the word settlement was incorrect.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe we'll find out this week.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like this is definitely something that they probably need
Not this week.
time to look into.
Yeah.
Because also same thing going back to Carrie Morgan, like she said like she got $30,000 and had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but like do we just take her word on that? Cuz is that not just her just saying that something happened, we don't know if it happened or not?
Um, it would be up to like the cross when they cross her to like bring out that that is a lie. But yeah, because
Okay.
people are saying statements all the time, just how they're saying like, oh yeah, we would see him like abusing her.
Mhm.
We're just taking their word on that.
Literally just watching it happen. All the staff would just watch it
Yeah.
happen.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, and then we get to Deontay Nash. He was Combs' former stylist. He testified about witnessing Combs physically abusing Ventura, like they all have, including an incident where she required stitches on her forehead. So there was a really violent incident that three people actually were witness to. So it was Deontay Nash, the former assistant David James, and Capricorn Clark. Either Capricorn Clark or Mia, who we haven't gotten to yet. But there were definitely three people who saw this incident, and she got hurt really badly. Combs hurt her really badly, and they had to take her to a plastic surgeon. So someone was like, "Oh, like let's call the ambulance," and he was like, "No, call the assistant of this plastic surgeon, and he'll have everything handled."
Mm.
Rico.
Mm.
Rico.
Mm.
Rico.
Mm.
Lock him up. So that's what Deontay Nash talks about. And then next day, the 28th and 29th, there is the direct and cross examination. So direct is the 28th, and then she gets crossed on the 29th. So Mia is not her real name. We don't know her real name, but she is also an ex-assistant, and she is testifying alleging that Combs raped and abused her as well, and she worked for him for like 8 years.
Mhm.
So she's the second of three women to come forward saying that Combs has sexually assaulted
Mhm.
her. So yeah, she gives a really gruesome testimony about some of the instances that some of the things that she experienced. It was really not good, not good at all. It was very sad.
Mhm.
Won't get into all of that. I don't know who it may trigger.
Yeah, so that's where we are now. In the case, just a reminder, y'all know that we're filming every 2 weeks. So well, it'll be more like 13 days now, because like I said before, we are re-recording. Um every 2 weeks. So we're going over the information like as it happens, and not just like, oh, y'all need to know this. This happened, this happened, this happened, this
Mhm.
happened. So in 2 weeks, we'll see like what happens. I don't know if Cassie had her baby, so if
She
that's
did.
yeah,
Which is actually, it was funny because it was
the guy exposed it.
yeah, Deontay Nash, while he was on the stand, because he still is friends with Cassie, and he's a very colorful witness. He was like
Yeah.
he had a lot of personality, even though he was talking like it was like juxtaposed to like everything that he was
Yeah, all
talking
the
about. Yeah, he
horrible.
had a very
Yeah.
colorful
Like
like
comedic
personality.
relief, even though
Yeah,
this is not a movie.
yeah. Even though like there's nothing funny about what's
Ain't
going on,
nothing funny about it.
he had a very colorful personality, and he was just like, yeah, I congratulated her on when she had her baby, and like court reporters ran out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we will keep updating y'all as the trial develops.
mm.
Yeah.
So we got a question. Yeah, it was a really good question. I like this question. I can talk a lot about this
Yeah.
question. What's a law that you would pass? I would make rage baiting illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Rage baiting needs to be illegal because the internet is way too vast. People can really just get on there and say anything. And
Yeah.
I think no, I'm not gonna say we as a people are becoming more violent, but like I'm just sick of rage baiting.
Yeah, and people
I'm
falling
just
for it. Just
yeah.
scroll.
Maybe I'm sick of rage baiting because I'm sick of stupid people, and I know people aren't gonna get smarter. But I feel like the
Yeah.
people who are rage baiting are smart
Yeah.
because they know how to do it. I and also people are just like money hungry, and I get it. If I had a little less pride, I might be rage baiting too because it can really get you paid.
Yeah.
But I got pride, and I think it should be illegal. So I'm never gonna rage bait. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
But a law that I would pass. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I could say multiple, but I think it should be mandatory to have some kind incorporate like classes on grooming in all like schools
Mm-hmm.
for elementary school, middle school, high school, to teach children what it is, because there are so many instances of grooming that people may not associate like with grooming. There's this like I think I've talked about on the podcast before. There's this Hulu documentary, and it's about a girl, like she was in high school and she was being groomed by her teacher, and it's like they didn't do anything while she was in high school, and there were multiple stories, but it was like once she graduated, she was 18, she was going to college and stuff like that, and I think she started living with the teacher and his ex-wife. I think I think it's called Between Us something.
Oh, I'm not looking that up.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, so it's and even though like she's of age and all this other stuff, that doesn't mean that the grooming didn't occur. I also think we need to lock up all the people that are going to see that Miss Shirley, what was her name again?
Lanaya.
Lanaya. All that are going to those meet and greets and stuff. Oh, no, like children can't be used as content um before they're 18, to give more autonomy back to children's like public image. Cause I just feel like these, and it's happening now, but like these content creator families, like these children are gonna look back and be like, maybe I didn't need the whole world to know that like I have dyslexia and I had a hard time doing this, or the people that are like sexualizing their children. Because honestly, this Miss Shirley thing reminds me of this Instagram page I saw where it's this like, and I talked about on here before, I think, where it's this little girl, and it's like the way that she's being dressed and like the videos of the dances she's doing are like, oh, your parents are like sexualizing you.
Yeah.
And you notice they never want to respond to the, well, what if people are doing this? They're always like, oh, yeah, like people, like the fact that y'all are even thinking like that is abhorrent. Like, this is just an innocent dance, da da da. And in the late, I think in one of her, like the
Lanaya.
Lanaya videos, she was like putting on a red dress, like makeup and like a wig. Some it was just it was real weird vibes. But somebody called CPS on them, so maybe hopefully the CPS case, nothing comes from it because nothing's happening to her, but hopefully something happens where they put that little girl in summer camp and not going on a freaking tour.
Um, Another law that I would pass. I think fake job listings should be illegal, especially in this environment that we are in now, this current state of the world where we are in now, where if you are overseas, if we have overseas fans, if you're watching, there's a hiring freeze overall in the United States. One, because of the tariffs. Two, just because I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the other reason why, but like
There's just freezes.
there are just hiring freezes going on, and like as someone that is looking for a new job, or y'all could just watch this and make us millionaires and I could do this full time. Anyway, I've applied to jobs, and like I know that some of the job, or I've started to notice that some of the job listings are fake. Like, I don't trust LinkedIn. I think
Mm,
LinkedIn is a scam because like you'll go on LinkedIn, you'll see a job listing, but if you go on their actual career website, they're not
mm-hmm.
even hiring. So like where is this going? But sometimes the companies are using job listings as ads, and then
Mm.
also like Devil Corpse. I almost got by a Devil Court. A Devil Court is like people that sit outside of grocery stores and they have like fake charities, but like the people that are working them, they signed up because they thought they were going to be marketing assistants. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was one company, should I say the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Remarkable Marketing. Was it? No, let me check my email. And I'm going to report the lady that runs it because she's an AKA. And
We are coming for you.
I feel like Selena, I'm coming for you, stinker butt. Let me see. I think it was called Remarkable Marketing or Talented Marketing, Remarkably Talented. Either way,
She
it's a
knows she's an AKA
scam.
too because she had all on the Nelia when she was interviewing.
Yeah, it
interviewing
was
her.
it was on they Founders Day. I went in for an interview
Selena.
on her Founders Day, and I saw her, and I was sitting there. And what made it even worse is they had me sitting in. Let me set up this interview. So first of all, I saw her in Silver Spring. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go to Silver Spring, and I get to actually let me go all the way back. So
Let's go back.
let's go all the way back. I apply for a job. I get an interview. It's a Zoom interview. So I click on the Zoom. There's 10 other motherfuckers in the Zoom. And they're not even really talking about the job or the company itself. They're saying like, oh yeah, we work with a bunch of charities and we love mentoring. We just really love mentoring. So I'm
Red
just
flag.
like, okay. But I needed a job. So I'm like, I'm going to do some more research and, I'm going to go in for the second interview. And by the time I go into the second interview, I'm probably going to decide for sure it's a no. I go in for the second interview and it's in like Silver Springs. It's at an office building that like a lash tech would be in or like a nail tech would be
so
in.
like suites.
Yeah, it's like in a suites. And I get into the lobby and like the first suite is where they are in. And they're almost in like a classroom setting. And she's explaining essentially panhandling in a very nice and elegant way. Mind you, when I got there, the lady was just like, okay, sit right here. I'm finishing up another interview. So I had time to sit there and listen to what they would be talking about. And I'm just like, I don't think I would be getting paid to be sitting down and listen to somebody talk about like panhandling. So I'm like, no. And I started getting like real hot and like real sweaty because I still had my coat on. And I was nervous, not nervous because of an interview, but just nervous. I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen.
Yeah.
So after sitting there for like 30 minutes, I was like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So I got up and I left because then I started seeing people come in. It's like it's a nail tech going this way, it's a hairstylist going this way, and you trying to run me as like you so professional, y'all so uppity, you so all of this. Y'all are sitting in like a fake classroom. It's a conference room. No one has an official office.
Yeah.
Because y'all official workplace is outside of grocery stores, outside of Shake Shack, and you asking people for $5 to give, a book bag to kids in need, and you ain't giving them kids shit.
Nothing. I feel like there's a
That should be illegal.
specific gene in some people that makes them like the Forex people too, where it's just like you're really trying to like pull one over on someone and then like, I don't know, they be scary because it's like, this is BS, but you're like drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know.
And what's so weird about it, I think is, you know what? This is actually going to get us into an even better conversation because I think people are really just trying to take the easy way out, or, they're trying to be
get rich quick.
Yeah, like almost like get rich quick, or like have like this passive income. Like, oh, I don't need to work a real job. I don't need to have a real boss. I don't even need to go to college to make a whole bunch of money. People want to take these shortcuts so that way they can be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I think, but I'm not going to say that people need college, but a lot of these people out here do not know what they're doing. Like, Jada Waiter don't know what she doing with that business. Like, she got pre-orders at the wazoo, and she talking about I love that y'all sold it out because it was an experiment for data. I didn't know if I would be able to do it or pull it off. Like, mind you, like, you got a whole bunch of pre-orders. Like, you don't even got the clothes made. You selling new clothes before you done even shipped your old orders. Like, girl, what are you doing? And it's just like, maybe if you went to school for business, you would know how to run your business. Like,
Man.
people are, every time Jada Waiter does something, every time she drops something, it goes bad because she don't know what she doing. Like, but she's not the only person. Like, I feel like the reason why we are able to sit up here and do this podcast is I have a degree in media production and she's a lawyer. Like, but people like, can you imagine if like a hair braider wanted to be a surgeon? Like, what if it was that easy? I think that should also.
Yeah, I mean, people doing braces by Bree, all these things where it's like,
Why would you let
no,
somebody
there's school for this for a reason.
literally? Why would you let somebody play in your mouth without like an
But then, but then,
official
but then
like
it's like
license?
predatory on those service providers because it's like, those people probably don't like may not know enough to know like they're like, oh, this is a cheaper option,
Yeah,
and I need this service, especially if it has to do with like health.
aesthetics. Oh.
Yeah, well, I was thinking health, but like, yeah, aesthetics too. Where it's like, oh, okay, I can just go to this for that, and it's like, no, you should be talking to a professional. Like, some of these people are out here scamming.
I said aesthetics because I was thinking about the people who go and get veneers.
Oh my
You know
gosh.
what kills me when I see people go from like having braces to getting veneers? Like, you didn't even
It's
let
like, what
the
was the
braces
point?
fully set in.
What was the point? I was thinking about getting Invisalign.
I want Invisalign too.
But then I'm like, after the whole healing from my wisdom teeth thing, I'm like, I don't want to do any mouth pain
Yeah,
for a
because it
long
really hurts
time.
because the Invisalign gets in the gum and
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've just been convinced against Invisalign in the same second.
I'm gonna do it.
Because I'm just like, I'm fine with, nah, whatever.
But once it gets comfortable, it's like
It's just the
fine.
length of time too. I don't know. I like being restricted.
Yeah.
I just want to be free.
Ooh, okay, so there's a trend going around on social media and they're asking, well, there are people being like, oh, propaganda I'm falling for, propaganda I'm not
Yeah,
falling
some
for.
of them are like bitchy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like what?
I think it's a very, like, it's not a large amount, but some of them are just kind of like mean, where it's like, don't you know where somebody is saying, oh, I would never do this, but as like a dig at someone else? That's what some of them seem like. As opposed to like, I don't know, like, I feel like it may have started as like, yeah, things that are societal norms that I'm not going to participate in, to like, oh, you do this?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. But okay, what's some propaganda you are falling for or not falling for?
Propaganda I'm not falling for, all men cheat.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, like the people that are just convinced of that, it's like every dude you mess with cheated, yes. That does not mean all men cheat. Because they'll be like, I get, because if it happens so many times, you're just like, yeah, this is just, you become accepting of it. No.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that
at all.
I'm not falling for all men cheat. Let me think of something I'm not falling for. You actually know what I'm not falling for? And this is no shade to you. Curly sew-ins. And the reason why is genuinely because I feel like they are technically just as much maintenance as like actually maintaining natural hair. The only exception being that you just get to be a little rougher with it. So it makes it just a little bit easier because like it's not like your hair, but like curly sew-ins, you cannot let that curly hair go dry.
You really can't.
You have
I'm
to
like
keep
detangling it. Like this a long time went without detangling it, but
you gotta do it every night. You gotta do that curly hair
like every 2 to 3 days.
You gotta do it every night, every 2 to 3 days. I'm just like, I don't get my hair done and have to do it every 2 to 3 days.
I do, because I've had straight hair and also curly. I don't like maintaining straight hair, but because I'm so used to maintaining curly hair, it's not, and because the hair isn't like it's close to my texture, but it's not completely my texture. I don't have to worry about it being low porosity, all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's like, it's not necessary. It doesn't feel like a burden because I already know how to take care of it. And if anything, it's the part that's out that it's not my hair is easier to take care of than my actual hair. Like I can just spray and put some mousse in it and I'm good. Please. Yes. And also like doing it because this hair is longer than my hair. If I want a fuller look or a different shape and I don't have to actually like compromise my own hair. So I get like, I feel like people who are saying it's like less maintenance. I don't think that's true, but I think well, like for me, for example, I'm not doing it because it's less maintenance. I just don't feel like dealing with my actual hair. I
Mhm.
also don't want any braids anymore because I got a little breakage right here.
Mm.
Using those sacred drops. Beyonce come through for me.
Oh, you saying that you're using them now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said using them caused the breakage.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
Let's be clear. Beyonce, never.
Mm.
But yeah, I started using them because I like this little one spot, and I know because this spot all my life it's been like more sensitive. Like when I'm
Mhm.
getting braided and stuff. And I think the last braids I had, I just kept like putting it in a ponytail and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm giving my edges a break. And honestly, I'll probably wait to get braids for a very long
Honestly,
time.
because okay, now see here, this is the reason why I said that I'm not falling for like curly hair
Hmm.
propaganda. It's because me, I usually do like straight hair, like excuse me, I usually do like straight, like longer hair. Like it might be
Hmm.
like body wave. Like the curliest I will do like for a long time might be like deep wave.
Hmm.
And that's really just because I like to brush and go. Like I don't have to style the hair 2 to 3 days unless like I really want to. Like if I want to go from having curly hair one day to like straight hair the next, and obviously, yeah, I have to do the hair. But
Hmm.
I'm like, for me, I just want to slap that thing. I would just want to slap the wig on
Yeah.
and go. Like I really don't want to have to like think about it. But there was a time where I was doing leave outs a lot, and actually I'm gonna have to do another leave out. But and that's kind of why like I have my hair braided up in the front because I'm like, I need to leave this part alone because this
Yeah.
part of my hair is always out. Like when I really
Hmm.
think about it, like this part is always out, and it's so much shorter than the rest of my hair. And right now,
Hmm.
like I'm just focusing on like getting my hair even
Yeah.
because for the longest time, like I just had hair on my head and it was
Yeah. It was like,
longer in one spot, longer in the other
yeah.
spot. Like for a
That's
while, it looked like a mullet.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm like, I should just shave like the whole like this part just
No,
for it all to go back. But that would
no,
look crazy. So I'm not going to do it.
yeah. Okay,
But I have thought about it. Another
what's some propaganda you are falling for?
propaganda I am falling for. That's a good question. Um Waking up early. I am a morning person, so
Actually,
you get so much done
that's
the earlier
great.
you wake up.
I'm not falling for that one. I am not falling for waking up early. I don't get it because I feel like if we all just start our day at the same time, 11, then
There's a stillness
we
in the
can
morning
just.
when no one else is awake. I don't want people to start
But
their day at the same time as
but
me.
there's stillness at night.
I'd be tired.
Yeah, go to sleep at like
You know what
12
I
or
do
one
love?
o'clock
I
in the
love being in
morning.
bed. Like I love being in bed by like
8.
8:30, like 9. And it's like we don't have anything rest to do for the rest of the night. We're just chilling. I love to lay down. I love to chill and relax. It's just like,
Honestly, I've been having a lot of anxiety like when I get home from work because I'm like,
oh,
oh,
because you don't want to go back the next
I
day.
know I gotta go back.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I have to wake up so early
Yeah,
for
you
work.
do.
I have to wake up at 6:30 and go to work. And I'm just like, I don't know how you be making it to them your little morning
Oh
classes.
yeah.
I'll be like, it's what is this like 4:30 in the morning? What the hell is she doing? Like, damn, girl, you just went to
They
sleep.
are early. And you know what I realized? Because once I get in a pattern, I'm like, I have to keep sticking to this pattern. But I've changed, like, I worked out today in like the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the day, or sometimes I'll do like later. I don't like developing a routine because stalkers. But
Okay.
I'm like, Anthony, you don't have to go to this early class. Like, and I'm trying to prioritize my sleep more because I'm willing to like miss out on sleep if I have to do other stuff, which is crazy because I love sleep.
Me
I
too.
love sleep. I
Oh, I
love
love it.
resting.
You know, when I was a younger, can I tell you a funny story about
Yeah.
me? So, when I started kindergarten, I believe. So I had left Head Start and I started kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Head Start, we could take naps. Kindergarten, the school I went to, we couldn't take naps no more. But there was this corner in the back of the room. Like when we had our orientation day, the teacher made us take pictures with our parents, and she
Mm-hmm.
put all of the pictures in a photo album and she put it in the back of the room. So like if you missed your parents during the day, you
Aw,
could like go and like look at a picture of like you and your parent and like
that's
you
cute.
just just sit right there. I used to lie and like fake cry
I'm
so I could
screaming.
go and sleep.
She's like, I'm
I've
taking a nap here.
always been a sleeper.
I had this job where I was working at this law firm in DC. This summer. It was a summer between I think my first and second year of college. And I'm not gonna lie, they low-key was giving me some busy work. I would fall asleep under the desk. The lights would be low in the office. We all had our own like little cubicle, so I would be able to get under there and just go to sleep. But here's the thing, a thing I'm secretly scared of is like,
Getting caught.
no, I recently, allegedly I be snoring.
Me
So
too.
I wonder if I ever snored there because I don't snore every time I sleep. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, would they know? Because mind you, I wasn't on Adderall at the time, and Adderall keeps me awake. That's why before I got like diagnosed with ADHD, I'm like, bro, how am I going to get an actual job and stay awake?
Wait, but wait. You said so you were falling asleep in the office. Did the office not have a wellness room?
I didn't know. I don't know. I
Mm.
would just be, mind you, it would be so dark in there now that I'm thinking about it. And when I left, everybody, left me and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, did they ever hear me start? Because the way the cubicles were set up, mine was like in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I would listen to Hamilton all the time.
What's crazy is that sounds like some shit that I would do, and I would never expect you to do some
Yeah,
shit
no,
like
I literally
that.
would get under the desk and pull it up. Because mind you, when I tell you, I would sleep at my desk if I didn't go under there. I was just so tired. I literally just used to get under there, use the chair to hide me.
That's crazy.
I should have brought a blanket.
So were you always a early bird?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember I have one faint memory from when it was my birthday when I was younger. And I woke up, and I don't know why I did this because everybody was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if I'm excited, it's hard. Well, I could wake up early, like without the alarm. But I woke up and it was my birthday, and I just started crying because I was like, wow. I was being dramatic. I was like, it's in a movie, like wow, no one's here to say happy birthday to me. They forgot it's my birthday. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah.
I know what propaganda I am falling for.
Mhm.
Smaller boobs.
Mm.
I want smaller boobs. I got a D cup right now, and it's not fun. Like big boobs aren't not for every occasion, and I think it really is starting to affect my posture because they're getting bigger. And like I've been trying to lose weight to combat them growing more because the first place I gain weight is my breast. Like I want smaller boobs bad. I want them so bad. I'm also falling for abs.
Mm.
I want abs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not falling for only like for aesthetic purposes, for as far as like my body goes, the propaganda of like it has to be made in the gym. Like I may not go like lay on the surgeon's table, but like I was telling Ant that I have like a body cavitation thing at home. I might go and get them fat dissolving shots. Like I might do just everything else but get like an actual like BBL. But as far as like aesthetics goes, I'm okay with not building a body in the gym. I feel I do go to the gym, and I usually might do like an hour on like the Stairmaster or something like that. But like
An hour. Goodness gracious.
girl,
Goodness gracious.
watch baddies.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, I'll be watching baddies while I'm on there.
I am not falling for skinny propaganda. I feel like it's coming back.
Mhm.
Thinking about what I looked like when I was studying for the bar, like after I was studying for the bar, I don't want to look like that again. Like that was crazy. I look like I was a crackhead.
You didn't.
I could show you a picture. You're gonna be like, wait, what? I'm gonna show you.
I've seen, but I feel like because when I first met you, you
Yeah,
were
I used to be really small.
She
Like
was
I used
like
to be so small.
she used to be really teeny tiny.
Like whenever
so,
people
like,
from high school see me, they're like, okay, da da da. Not that I'm like huge or anything, but it's like I used to be like
you
very
you
small.
filled out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You just
yeah.
like you filled out. But
Yeah.
it's like when I remember what you looked like during the bar, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, it kind of was back there now that I think about it. But it just felt like all angles. Like I'm trying to be sexy and
But
just
it was
voluptuous.
It was you in the process of becoming like what you are now, like more
Yeah.
filled out of what you are now. Because you had a very gradual like filling out. Like it happened over the course of years.
Yeah, when I look at old like pictures and stuff, it's like the skeleton was there. Like my hips were always like
Your frame.
wider. Yeah, like it was always there. But so not skinny. Like I just feel like there was actually a TikTok today where it was like, is the body really tea if you can't eat to maintain it? And I was like,
oh yeah. And that's why I said like that's why I said I'm not falling for like gym propaganda
Yeah.
necessarily, because if I have to like always and constantly be in the gym to get
Yeah.
like my body, then that I'm not falling for. Then
Yeah, that's kind of like my husband. Like his body wants him to be skinny so bad. Like he has to go to the gym to get bigger. And as soon as he stops, he could drop like 10 pounds.
oh, lucky him.
Like that's what I'm like, bro, if I don't know what would happen if I stopped going to the
Mhm.
gym. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, your body doesn't want to have muscle. Like
Mhm.
that sounds so bad when you say it, but it's like he really has to work at it or he's just gonna like get small. I would also say like I feel like it's also becoming more of a trend, like not to have a butt. Like I love being thick. Like I feel like not I feel like I got superpower or anything, but I love it. Like I love it. And I feel like I'm at a point now where
I thought you was gonna get up.
no, you see this figure. Where at first I used to be like, oh, I wish I had bigger boobs. But after, hearing the people with the big boob community.
It's not fun.
Yeah. Like my back
not
doesn't hurt. I
fun.
be chilling. One of my friends was like, she said she likes mine because she was like, they just form to whatever. Like if I'm laying down, they were kind of like, I don't know, like puddles where they just they just form to my body or something. I don't know. She said that. But yeah, I feel like so much like body stuff and all, even not falling for lip filler.
Oh,
I
I'm
do
falling for
not
it.
like the way it look. Girl, you do not need no lip filler.
I don't need it, but I want it.
But
Nah,
you
it
know
be
what-
looking crazy.
You know what? Another. I think another reason why is because when I gain weight, it goes straight to my upper body, and I know my face has gotten bigger because I think my lips have gotten smaller, and I just feel like in this area my face has gotten a little fat. I can't see my jaw no more. Like this right here, I can't see that no more, and I know that I literally can see videos of like when that started to happen, and it happened like my junior year of college when I was moving to Baltimore, and all I did was eat because Baltimore got the best food.
Yeah, we really gotta go up there for the grills and to eat.
Oh my god,
We need
the
a lower
food is
order trip.
So good. Oh my god,
Put stickers around the city.
The food is so
I
good.
feel like you have a very angular face. Like I feel like with your cheekbones and like your chin and
But
like I feel like it's still there.
I feel
Like
like
I actually don't see what you're saying at all.
going away.
Gaslighter.
Because I don't know. I feel like my lips look smaller now because my face is getting puffier. Like my face is starting to gain weight. And like when I see old pictures and videos of myself, I'm like,
So you
"Damn."
just want your lips to look like what you think they used to look like?
Yeah.
As opposed to the filler lips. I'm talking about the
That's
filler
why
lips.
No. I don't want like filler lips.
They're like,
But like I don't
and
know.
they always look chapped. I
For
feel
real?
like.
I don't
Like it
think they
looks
look chapped.
like I don't know how to describe it. Where I feel like there's not an out. You know how you feel like you have an outline
Mhm.
on your lips, but maybe that's not everybody.
You know what else I'm falling for?
What?
Botox. All of my falling for has something to do with like beauty, but
I'm dead.
I don't give a fuck.
I would get it to stop sweating.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Like
about
I
that.
sweat, like my back sweats
Mm-hmm.
so much. Not like horrible, gross, but I wish I just didn't sweat. Even my like hairline, like that's why I can't really do a silk press. It got to be the dead winter.
Mm-hmm. I want it because a lot of times, like even when I'm editing, I spend technically just a lot of time on a computer, and I'm constantly like doing this. So my eyebrows are like going down, and like there's just a lot in this area. Like I do this a lot, so I want Botox to try to like combat that, like just to try
There's
to get
nothing
out of that
there
habit.
right
No, not right now. But I believe in preventative care.
now. Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I'm falling for it. It's
Mhm.
propaganda.
I'm not falling for like when people find out that these like luxury items are made out of the same material as like cheaper items and still choosing to buy them anyway. I love me a little bag, a little something, but once you get to the point of they can't like differentiate it anymore,
Mhm.
like I think the Cartier rings and bracelets and stuff, they don't authenticate anymore
Mhm.
because they can't tell. I'm like, all right, am I really gonna pay the full price for this thing? Like at that point, you're
I'm
really
not
just paying for the full price.
I feel like I guess maybe I'm not falling for like the opposite of like, oh, just because I can get it from AliExpress and like it's made from similar material and nobody will be able to clock it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I feel like fashion, or there are items in fashion that are actual investments. Like
Yeah.
Rolex watches, those are
Birkin.
investment pieces. Birkins are investment pieces. Now,
Will I ever own any of those?
Louis Vuitton and that vinyl, I'm not falling for like I don't care. I have like one Louis Vuitton purse and I don't think I would ever buy another one, but I also wouldn't buy a fake.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. Well, one, I'm like, people could do whatever they want to, but me personally, I'm not buying the fake.
I'm not buying the fake.
If it's real, Shawty probably gifted it to me because I'm the type of person that like I can't spend my money. I can spend a lot of money on different things at once. I feel like when I buy one thing for a lot of money, I'm just like, dang, that's all I got with all that money.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like that's why I love going to like Marshalls.
But going back to talking about like how I was saying something about like Jada Wada and like not having business, something that I'm not falling for are celebrities, like once they're done with their career, getting into like another side of their career, like, you know, starting something else, like Jennifer Hudson, a singer, now like
having
has
a talk show.
Or like, remember when Kanye West was like, Lady Gaga is the creative director of Polaroid, what the fuck does she know about cameras? That's generally how I feel, because people spend thousands of dollars to go to college to be educated on something, and the job gets taken by a celebrity who knows nothing about it.
Is that how you feel about like? Remember
me.
that I think Sis is coming out with some kind of like beauty, whatever.
And here's the
but some of them products are good. Like Rihanna, yes. I heard Rare Beauty is good with like Selena Gomez. I have some of those blushes.
I feel like we are now in a day and age where like makeup isn't hard to like create, because like I'll say the same thing, like the Rare Beauty like liquid blushes is what like people like really talk about, or like is it the Rim Beauty? I think it's like Rare Beauty or Rim. I can't remember.
It's two.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. They all got a brand. But it's also just like Juvia's Place. So Juvia's Place is an actual makeup brand. But then like I feel like we big up celebrities for being able to have like decent makeup brands when like,
and then there are more like it's easier for them to get in there.
I'm not impressed by a celebrity starting a makeup line anymore.
You don't like Fenty?
Actually, no. It's not that I don't like it. I just haven't found a product. I like her lip glosses, I'll say that. But as overall as like her line, I don't use her line, because her foundations, I don't really like them. I do use her highlighter, but like I said, she's just not like my go-to.
I love her mascaras. Is it the Cause I'm No, it's not the Cause I'm Black one. It's the other one, which for some reason has been taken out of Sephora. Is available at Ulta, but like also online. I don't know. Rihanna, don't be trying to roll back that mascara. I love that mascara. Like, please.
Oh, you might like Better Than Sex if you.
No. That's the thing. I use Better Than Sex forever, for years. That was my go-to mascara. Like for years, it was all. I only use Better Than Sex. Then that one came out, and it's like, oh, I love it so much because it's like it makes them full. This one is the other one is hella thick, which I feel like if I do it wrong, could give me like the spider leg lashes, which I hate. But that other one is just so good. Rihanna, don't take that away from me. But I will say that like some celebrities like get into it and it's like a money grab as opposed to like you actually care about this. I think it was cool when like Seth Rogen came out with those like pieces.
The pottery,
yeah, the pottery. Like
he still makes those.
Yeah.
He's like really into it.
Yeah. So it's like really that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. It's as opposed to like it feels like everyone's trying to have a makeup brand. Like it's like Ashley Tisdale has a skincare brand. Who is it? The other lady? The woman from Modern Family, the Claire, she has a like, I think it's boys hygiene brand because she has 2 sons. She be like, them little dirty. They was stanking. They stink.
That's authentic.
Yeah,
to her,
it's like
though.
it came. Yeah, even like Ashley Tisdale, hers. I was watching her videos about like her coming up with it. What is it called? Because I think it's in like stores and stuff. But yeah, but it's like, don't just throw like, oh, I'm gonna like make this, and it's like, you're not like, this is a money grab as opposed to you actually care about this.
Yeah.
She's not a celebrity, but I really respect the woman who like created topicals.
Never. Oh yeah,
she's a black woman.
It's a black one.
Yeah, I believe she went to UCLA. Because I know a lot of people that know her, but then I was like, how do they know her? And it's like all the UCLA people. And I'm like, did she go to UCLA? I need to double check that. But there's just so much, because that's her background is in like that stuff. Do you follow the guy? Javon, I think his name's Javon Ford. He's a chemist. He's a black chemist.
I
love
him.
him.
I love
I love
But
him.
he is the reason why I have not tried Beyonce's products yet, because I have low porosity hair and I got low porosity hair. So I've really been trying
Porosity.
to like porosity.
You say that like you keep saying like it's not porosity.
Porosity. People correct me on it all the time. It's like tomato for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but he was talking about like sacred or whatever, and he was talking about maybe if you have like low porosity, then maybe this isn't like for you or whatever. And I was just like, well, then maybe I shouldn't use it. So that's the reason why I haven't used the brand yet.
I only use
I'm
the
still gonna
edge
use it,
drops. I haven't used Sacred just because like I feel like I have my hair routine down,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel like I need to like when I first was like went natural and stuff. I was a product junkie like bad, and so now I feel like I've grown out of that where I'm like I'm not just trying to like keep buying a shampoo, keep buying a different like to try it because I know it works for my hair at this point. I actually Pattern Beauty. I love Pattern Beauty. Tracee Ellis Ross, she did that like Pattern Beauty.
No, Pattern isn't her.
Yes, it is.
You said, I was thinking that's Taraji P. Henson. I'm tripping.
Oh, hers is TPH.
I don't like hers.
Her scalp serum, I like that. I haven't tried anything else. I want to try her body oil, the vanilla body oil.
Who? Taraji?
Taraji. Yeah, she has a body oil.
I haven't tried Taraji or
but no,
I haven't
Pattern Beauty.
Tried any celebrity brands.
That is like, you know the Mizani, like that's super good. After like Mizani, some of the products would be going, head for head. But Pattern Beauty is so good. Not just because Tracee Ellis Ross is my birthday twin and Gabrielle Union. But Pattern, like when I use that conditioner, this is the best conditioner I've ever used. The medium conditioner, because she has different levels. And the way that she described it, I picked the one that matched my hair. And it's perfect. Like you leave it on for 2 to 3 minutes and my hair feels so moisturized after. Because I feel like with some conditioners, you put them on, and I don't know if I was doing it wrong or whatever, but I didn't feel like it conditioned my hair. And I know because I have low porosity hair too, it needs to be hot. Like it needs to be hot for that product to get in. But like hers, Pattern Beauty, it's like the shampoo. I use the different shampoos. She has a strong gel that's similar to the Big Papa gel. And honestly, it gives me more, I just used it because I had a little small bottle because I ran out of the Big Papa one. So I was like, okay, let me try this. And it honestly gave me more definition. So
I have, you know what, we need to go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what was I about to say? Oh, I used the TGIN
the honey mask.
And then I sit under the dryer and I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. But
well,
we did it.
We did it.
No missing.
You're the president of the United States.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in like 2 weeks. We love you guys.
Yeah. Like the videos.
Comment, subscribe, share.
Yes.
Go check out our Instagram, posting clips. Go comment, go like.
Yes.
Go share.
Go crazy. This is our 9th,
things.
8th, 9th episode.
Right? 9. Oh, we recorded yesterday, so I forgot.
Oh,
This is number 9. All right. Bye.
That's how my little brother smiles.
You said what?
This is how like my little Anthony, he'll be like,
oh,
he's
yeah,
so cute.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.